G'day guys. Another one of our tips in our 100 real estate tips for real estate investors. Protect your credit file. It's very important these days. The lenders are all talking about this thing and they're all talking to each other about positive credit reporting. So on your credit file, they will know if you've got an ANZ credit card, they will know what its limit is. They will know if you're 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or if you've been paid in time. So that's going to happen across the board with mortgages and credit cards, and one day probably in the future for your rates or your Telstra bill and stuff like that. So what they're doing is, it's now called positive credit reporting, but I don't really know if it's that positive, but it's very important that you protect that credit file and your credit score, because then that marks you whether you're a good borrower or not. Now at the moment, they're not really penalising people. They're either saying yes or no. But in the future, I can see them saying to someone, look, you've missed your credit card payment 2 months in a row. You're going to pay 6% interest. To someone who's not missed their credit card payment 2 months in a row, you're going to pay 4.5% interest. So I can see that's where it's going. That's what happened in the States and in England when they brought this in a couple of years after bringing it in. So I can see that happening here. So set up monthly sweeps. Pay everything before the due dates. Don't have any credit cards or home loans or anything in arrears if you can help it. And make sure that you bring all those statements, even if it's not your fault, even if it's the bank miscalculated, make sure you bring it into alignment and get that fixed up later on and get refunds, etc., etc. Because now with the way that we're looking at credit and the way that credit is tough at the moment, and believe me, I think this is the bottom of the market. We're now in May 2019. So please look after your credit file, monitor your credit file. We have a bit of a system here at Finance Fitness so that you can monitor your credit file, but also look after your credit file and we can look after you that way as well. So signing off, this is Mitch, 100 real estate tips for investors. Cheers.